For decades now, young girls have looked up to the Disney princesses, idolized them, worshipped them, bought their toys, and dressed up as them. But upon further examination, some of these women aren't quite as wonderful as they're made out to be. You could even argue that some of them could be interpreted as bad role models that teach poor life lessons. Today we'll be looking at the leading ladies that forever changed the face of marketing and filmmaking, from comatose kisses to snow queens. In 1938, Walt Disney Pictures bestowed upon the world the first ever Disney princess, Snow White.
Wish grow cold. Oh, I feel strange. Her breath was still. Her blood congealed.
It's hard to determine if Snow White is a good role model, since she has no personality other than cooking, cleaning, and eating food offered by strangers. What you may not know is that Snow White is not only the first Disney princess, but also the youngest, at 14 years old. One of the most common traits of a Disney princess is the desire for something more, a change from their normal routine, or to leave their boring life behind for one filled with adventure and excitement.
But who cares? No big deal. I want more. And I'll keep wondering, 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 when will my life begin?
This is usually used as a way to get the young girls in the audience to identify with the princess on screen. More than a decade after the success of Snow White, Disney released its next film starring a femme fatale, Cinderella. Our protagonist this time is not a princess by birth, but a common service girl instead, forced to cook and clean for her evil stepmother and stepsister.
Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day it's Cinderella. Make the fire, fix the breakfast, wash the dishes, do the mopping, and the sweeping, and the dusting. They always keep her hopping. She'd go around in circles till she's very, very dizzy. Still they holler, keep her busy, Cinderella.
While most people would grow bitter or depressed by this way of life, Cinderella takes it all in stride, and while she may not like it, she doesn't complain, believing that as long as she's a good person, her dreams will someday come true. While she may be an improvement over Snow White, Cinderella still falls for the true love cliché, falling head over heels for a guy she's only had one dance with and marrying him almost immediately after being rediscovered. Our next princess, Princess Aurora, or Sleeping Beauty since no one remembers her name. And can you blame them? The chick has the personality of sandpaper. She just stands there singing with little woodland critters about love and dreams and falling for the first attractive guy she runs into. She then spends the second half of her movie complaining about not wanting to be a princess so she can run off to a guy she just met. She then gets hypnotized by the villain and falls into a coma. What is it with Disney and unconscious girls? And has to be awakened by true love's kiss. But think about this. While some of these women are justified in their longing for freedom or adventure, like, say, Cinderella or Belle, some of the others really aren't. Take Ariel, for example, when she's singing Part of Your World. She keeps saying she wants more when she's already a beautiful princess of the sea with a dynamite voice and an hourglass waist. She's got it pretty good if you ask me. After Ariel came Belle from Beauty and the Beast. A welcome breath of fresh air from the normal vapid princess we'd been receiving for the past several years. Belle is an intellectual that dreams of becoming more than what is expected of her and living her own life. She doesn't really care what other people think of her, showing girls that it's important to be yourself regardless of what society thinks. The only downside to Belle's character is her relationship with the Beast.
She's not coming.
What?
Your Grace! Your Eminence!
I thought I told you to come down to dinner.
I'm not hungry.
You'll come out or I'll break down the door.
Being forced into a life of solitary confinement in exchange for your father's life isn't exactly grounds for a healthy romantic relationship, no matter how nicely your captor treats you later on. And in case you were wondering, Belle is 17. Following in her predecessor's footsteps and hopefully getting just as many Oscar nominations is Princess Jasmine, the only Disney princess that is a secondary character and not the protagonist. The film wouldn't be called Aladdin if she was. There There's not much to say about Jasmine, considering that there isn't much that makes her stand out among the others. She wants to live a life outside the palace walls, but she knows nothing of the outside world. Does this stop her? Nope. She does get points, however, for having a pet tiger and being the only princess that seduces the film's villain in order to help the hero. Seriously, that's a good skill to have in the back pocket. During the mid to late 1990s, 2 more women would join a Disney princess lineup. However, neither of them is an actual princess. Pocahontas was both a step in the right direction and a step in the wrong direction. While she is a decent role model, teaching kids understanding and tolerance of people who are different, the film as a whole is a complete smack in the face to American history. Then we got Mulan, who set the whole Disney princess stereotype on its head. She took initiative, she fought to protect her family, she defied the cultural norms, and she's the only Disney princess to straight up murder her film's villain. After Mulan, Disney princesses began to develop stronger personalities and backbones. Tiana was a strong advocate of using hard work in order to achieve your goals. Merida was tomboyish and stood up for herself. Rapunzel was... yeah, actually, she's a pretty typical Disney princess, along with Princess Anna from Frozen. But hey, at least we got Queen Elsa out of the deal.
Will never bother me anyway.